Today we will be enjoying the story of the Hayagriva avatar of Sri Vishnu. Vishnu, as you know, has 25 avatars which are given in the Bhagavad Puran and also elsewhere. Though 10 of these are well publicized or well known. Hayagriva is a avatar which is not so well known, but it is referred to in the Devi Puran as well as Bhagavad Puran. And interestingly, we will get into a different topic this time as to why the same word would mean completely different and would have completely different interpretations depending on the context that it is used. In the Puran, Hayagriva means the one with horse's head. But there have been three characteristics or three characters in the Puran which is Hayagriva Vishnu. The second one is Hayagriva Rakshasa, and the third one is a Keshi, the Daitya with the horse head. So the name Hayagriva can be used for a Deva, a Daitya or Rakshasa. Or also, of course, for a horse like Ashwin. So today we will see about Hayagriva. There was another avatar of Vishnu by the name Janardana. When we have taken the 16 names of Vishnu, we have understood the meaning of Janardan to be the one who wards off afflictions or obstacles. So this Janardana had a long battle with the Asura or the Rakshasa. And he of course won the battle, but the battle had stretched so long that he was extremely tired. And as soon as the battle was over, he went to sleep in standing position, the way many people in Mumbai local sleep. And how did he go to sleep in standing position? He put his chin on the top of his bow, and taking the help of the bow, he went to sleep. And now there was a problem, because there was another Asura or Daitya by the name Hayagriva who was creating havoc. One problem was over, but other problem was there. And Vishnu was necessary for that Hayagriva to end, the reign of Hayagriva to end. But Vishnu as Janardana was asleep. What do we do? So Brahma summoned a beetle and ordered him to eat up the thread or the rope or what is called as pratyancha of the bow from the bottom. The beetle did as he was ordered. The rope broke. As it broke, the bow stretched, and when it stretched, the head of Janardana vanished. There was headless body of Janardana. Now what do we do? The gods went to Shakti, the Maya, and she commanded them to find the head of a horse and fit it over there. So Brahma found a horse, took the head and fit it over the body of Janardana. And that was how the Hayagriva avatar was born. And this Hayagriva avatar then had a big battle, waged a big battle with Hayagriva the Daitya and destroyed him. The Daitya had this boon that only a half horse and half man would be able to kill him. And as a result, Janardana and Hayagriva avatar, the order was balanced in the whole of universe. This is the Hayagriva avatar of Vishnu. There are 24 more avatars which we will look at, and as time goes by we'll also be looking at what does these names signify and what does the avatar itself signify. As I said, the context is extremely important. Generally, we are using Sura and Asura to mean, Sura mean to Deva like Indra, Varuna, Agni, and Asura seems to be seems to be the terminology for Rakshasa, which is like Ravana, Maricha, and so on. But it is not necessarily so. Many a times you will come across where Asura means Deva, Indra has been called as Asura at many places, or Asura has been a negative connotation. So these are the interesting parts which we will be seeing as we go along. Why are we delving in so much depth about the meanings of various words is that it is not only words. The words have a history behind them. And when translating Sanskrit, and which has been happening for centuries, while translating Sanskrit, if you take the literal meaning, the whole meaning changes. And in fact, it is exactly opposite to what has been intended. And that is why getting to know the name, its meaning, its context, its culture, and its history, all these are equally important. So that is all for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Narayana, Narayana.